Nick's Journal, October 12th, 1985. Dog carcass in the alley this morning. Tire tread on burst stomach. City is afraid of me. I have seen its true face. Streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are full of blood. And when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. Humility will hold sex and murder foam up about their waists, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us!" And I'll look down and whisper to talk.
I hate you so much. Like I knew after the white horse and the rider that the We Need to Talk opening were going to get weird. God, I hope we don't get demonetized for
plagiarizing the speech from Watchmen.
Your pitch perfect speech from Watchmen. Nick.
Pitch perfect Rorschach impression. I've wanted to do that for so long.
I know, curse the fact there's been no gaming news. If we had done one for the gaming show, or the gaming awards, we could have done it.
Yes, welcome to We Need to Talk.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. A live edition of We Need to Talk, because Hans, it's a big occasion.
I don't think it's that. You're spooting your shorts.
Hans, this is the first official, properly branded Nintendo Direct in 530 days.
2019 for normal people.
September 4th. Yeah, just like to make sure that everything's going out of the stream properly. Yeah, September 4th, 2019 was the last proper Nintendo Direct. We had Pokemon Directs, we've had Smash Bros. Directs since then, we've had Party Direct.
Indie Worlds as well.
Indie Worlds, but this is the first one that kind of, Nintendo always do the Directs kind of as their, they almost be maybe once every 2 months, once every quarter. And like they typically do one around E3, which was cancelled last year. This is the first one in so long, Hans. So long.
Nick, what do you think is on the agenda for tonight?
So the only thing they've actually talked about to say, I think they've said there's 2 things they will be definitely talking about. And that is Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Really?
Which most people are assuming it'll be, because they've still 2 more characters to announce, I believe.
Right.
So chances people are assuming they'll probably talk about the next
I'm just going to
DLC
say,
character.
If this is another one of these where it's an entire Smash Bros, I'm out. Like, I'm walking off. Like, the mic will drop and I'm out.
And then the other side is that they'll be talking about 30th or 35th. I think it's the 30th anniversary of the series. So they'll be talking about that and what they're kind of doing to celebrate that. And then the other kind of thing they said to announce coming into this was just what will be upcoming games for 2021. Specifically say kind of first half of 2020.
I think, like, it'd be interesting to see if they do a similar thing for, was it Mario's 35th or something? Or
Yeah.
was it his 30th?
Yeah, so last year was Mario's 35th anniversary.
Interesting to see if they maybe do a compilation like they did with that. Maybe they won't stick the whole, like, oh, only for a limited time only on it, but...
Yeah, so in terms of that, in terms of the Zelda stuff, maybe Breath of the Wild 2 stuff, maybe we get an announcement to say it's coming this year. Hear more about it in upcoming directs this year. Potentially, I'm not optimistic about that. Yeah, as you mentioned, I think they'll probably say, here's what we're doing, here's like a collection of, say, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask or something.
Yeah.
Earlier ones. Can't see them re-putting out Wind Waker or Twilight Princess.
Not again. After
Just because they just come out in the Wii U. Maybe the Skyward Sword re-release. That kind of has been rumored for quite a while now.
Did you not think there'll be any mention of Breath of the Wild 2? I think there'll be an update or something.
I think there'll be an update probably to say either it's not coming this year or it is coming this year. Hear more in coming directs.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't think they'll say like, oh, here's a big fucking deep dive into 2. Because I don't think it'll come this year. I think there's been a lot of delays in terms of things. If they're specifically saying it's first half, I think they're kind of curtailing the idea of announcement. So, and then in terms of the Smash Bros. Ultimate stuff, yeah, I think we'll see a new character probably, and that's the most obvious thing. I have a hunch on who it might be.
Tell me, what's your hunch?
I think it's the Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter.
You think Mila Jovovich?
No, I don't think it's going to be her. I think it'll be a similar to, like, I don't know, the Mii or any other, like, the fact they just called
The
the guy
Dragon
from
Quest
Dragon Quest guy
hero, yeah.
Hero.
Yeah.
Just because obviously Monster Hunter Rise is coming out quite soon. I think there's quite a lot of bots. I think there is some Monster Hunter stuff already in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think the Rakdos is this trophy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the kind of rises for Monster Hunter to Nintendo platforms after they kind of skipped it with World. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And I think honestly it makes the most sense if they're kind of a lot of these DLC characters will lead towards being
Relevant.
not relevant, but like third party characters more so than original characters. The other side of it is in terms of other games we could potentially see. I was looking, the only real big first party games they have announced for the first half of April is Monster Hunter Rise coming out next month, and the new Pokemon Snap coming out start of April. Nothing else is really announced big first party game wise. Obviously the smaller thing coming out too. So I don't know, we'll see what happens there. People have been speculating stuff like the Metroid Prime trilogy, which there.
Nope.
An update on Metroid Prime 4. Don't think that'll happen. Bayonetta 3, probably not. The other one that was talking about, people potentially saying the Pokemon Sinnoh remakes.
They were leaked recently because
well, there's always been talk that they're going to happen just because that'll follow like the
Yeah.
release cadence of new generation remake of like a couple of generations back.
was there not a leak of like covers or something that are actually
that stuff I don't know. That stuff always feels like it's just potentially just. The other side of it is whether they just don't do that sort of remake and do Johto potentially. But you know, Pokemon stuff kind of does tend to get kind of funneled into directs, so we don't know what'll kind of happen.
Well, I feel like the kind of with the Pokemon stuff, like they funnel into their own direct. There's enough of something to talk about.
Yeah,
Kind of at the minute, the only thing on the full Pokemon would be
Pokemon
Snap and some ghost stuff.
They had that Pokemon Boba too.
So it is a bit of a weird one. Like to me, I think this is going to be quite a generic one in terms of.
Oh, sorry. The other one was Kingdom Hearts. Talk with. There's been talk that 1.5 plus 2.5 potentially come to Switch. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe like other ones might be a bit too taxing on the Switch hardware to kind of put them out there. But I think people kind of who could make. I think because Melody Maker, I think, also came out on the.
I do think that this is probably going to be very much it. Look, here's our first half of 2021. I don't think it's going to be themed or anything geared towards anything too specific. My feeling is definitely like this is what we got. Take it or leave it.
They'll obviously have like their suite of. Oh, here's this. Like they randomly drop stuff like, oh, here's Deadly Premonition 2 and stuff. So they'll have their suite of like flick through like 4 trailers. Trailer for one thing, through like 4 more trailers of announcements.
Because they don't really do any. They don't do stage demos as such, but they would have normally halfway through they'll go like, "Oh, we have a Nintendo Treehouse directly after this phase.
Yeah.
Stick about for that." Which they maybe delve into a bit more, but
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Like, this feels like the first big kind of publisher thing for a while. Since before like the console launches and things like that. Sony and Xbox kind of got their consoles launched and then kind of on the quiet for a bit, because they knew no one had the fucking consoles because they were that hard to get. So
still are.
like I think it was the last PlayStation Direct or State of Play was like October, September. So it feels like it's been about 4 months since we've had like all the big 3 coming out and talking about shit. You had the Game Awards, but there was nothing really massive at the Game Awards here, which was a bit strange. No big announcements at the Game Awards, I'd say.
Like I feel like a lot of stuff has been thrown into turmoil, what with virus and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I did read. Not sure if it was an ex-Nintendo's employee or what, but discussing about the fact that what the future might hold for Nintendo. So maybe we'll switch, not like an upgrade, but you know the way they always do like Nintendo 2DS and stuff like that. Will we see a new version of Switch possibly in the same place?
Yeah, they discussed that on the Bombcast too, and like how kind of Zelda almost has driven the last couple of Nintendo releases in terms of like, had Twilight Princess kind of coming out on like the GameCube and then also on the Wii.
Yep.
They like showcased that hardware. You had Breath of the Wild coming out on the Wii and then also on the hardware. So there was potential like put it out there. Think does Breath of the Wild 2 come out with a Switch Pro version to say we're gonna have this beefier version of the Switch and Breath of the Wild 2 will be the perfect game to show it off. Because there has been talk that there will be a Switch Pro at some point, and whether that'll actually come to fruition or what that'll even be, honestly, because have an upgraded version of the hardware, do you make it bigger, but then start making it bigger, does that start impacting on the portability of it?
Yeah, the whole point of it, which was its hand. Yeah, like to me, like I think what's been you look at like what Nintendo have done with their hardware in the past, like they've always found a way to make it smaller somehow, I suppose. Like, alright, so the 3DS, the 2DS didn't, but that was more just because of DS was going for, which was kid-friendly market.
Yeah.
Be more durable. But you did get, going from the Game Boy Advance to the
SP.
Yeah, so like, and that was size.
Yeah. Because it flipped.
Yeah. So I feel like,
but then you say that they've also haven't been against doing bigger versions, like they did like the 3DS and then the 3DS XL. So
I feel like the 3DS XL though wasn't a performance thing.
No,
it was just for
it was just a new SKU.
screen,
Like it didn't actually.
Like, so I believe like if Nintendo was Switch Pro, I don't worry about it becoming maybe it's bigger, but I don't imagine becoming to the point of like I would not want to carry this in a bag.
Like we're also at the point where like the Switch 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. So like chances are you could probably just put stronger hardware thing that you're maybe worrying potentially about cool that thing at that point then, but more people at Nintendo than me probably thinking of issues like that.
Yeah,
so
but it will be interesting if Nintendo have never really been in the per se. Because I know obviously with the Wii dominated that generation. It outsold everything. So I think it would be interesting to see.
But like the Switch is doing. Which I think the Switch will outsell whatever Series X and do. Like over its life cycle. Yeah, like the Switch sells fucking like there was the misstep with the Wii U, but other than like Switch sells astronomically well.
I know the Switch does. Like I remember of stuff like it was a hot ticket, but it does seem in a similar vein though. Like I feel like there's more orders and those assholes who buy the stuff. Scalpers, that's them. Definitely more scalping around the PS5 and the Xbox, but I definitely see a similar pattern to the availability. And was it when it first launched to PS5 and the Xbox?
I don't know, the Switch got it launched.
Oh, it was? Because I remember the whole thing. I remember they were actually Nintendo was pushing like Rolex and other companies out of production factories to try and make up the Switch kind of pre-orders and like to try and produce as many as possible.
Peggy 18.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is massively too loud now. Right?
Over the knob there.
Here.
Right. I thought that was going to spell Nick for a second. I was like, and I what? We Peggy 18.
That's just whatever the potentially the highest rate.
Oh, what the hell's an 18 game doing on?
Alright, we sound fine. Anime boys' hands. What are your opinions?
Pyra just disappeared.
I don't want to answer that. I'm being recorded.
Sexy anime boys. I don't know what game this is.
This is that one. You know the one where the sword's the girl?
No.
I think
Skyward Sword.
Did I not get you this?
This isn't Xenoblade Chronicles.
I think it is.
I think it might be Xenoblade. It's not Xenoblade Chronicles.
But it's Xenoblade then.
I couldn't find
find her.
How does she see through those glasses? Who's DLC? Xenoblade?
Well, Xenoblade Chronicles
Was this a
1 came out
Spanish
on the
piece
Switch.
of old
Like the
rest?
definitive editions. This could be Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out in this.
Without a trace.
What is that
Where
accent?
have you gone?
He's British, huh?
That is British as fuck.
I'll find you.
I'll find you whatever it takes.
Okay, he's not Scottish.
You might as well be. Like, what are your thoughts on Japanese schoolboys with deep, broad English accent?
Sorry, Rex.
He's
I
American!
couldn't tell you. Because I got an invitation to join Smash!
Oh, Hans!
We've been swerved. She just cuts him in two.
I thought I was gonna be in Smash.
Just sit
Thought
back,
I was going to be in Smash. Oi, oi!
hold the power of the Aegis.
Fucking ridiculous.
This is not the Smash character I thought it was the but okay.
You powered up your Smash attack with fire.
His Smash attack!
With fire?
Nova! Prominent triple! Blazing end!
Sorry, so this.
You're pretty much owning them.
Right, you know the way.
You're owning them!
You know the way in most animes, people shout the move name. So
Yeah.
Sengan, Kamehameha. Do you think they have to
Spot. Mithra?
I don't know.
to make them work, or do you think because you're just announcing your attack? She's gonna turn into a sword neck. She's turned into a completely different person neck.
Poor Link.
He's dead.
Yep.
Mithra.
Cutting it close, huh? Oh, hey, were these guys planning on leaving?
So is this a new character, or is this just a different skin?
I'm gonna assume it's a different form of that character.
Lightning, faster!
I assume it's like the exact same stuff, just with.
With lightning.
Yeah,
So is there
with
gonna be a
different
third?
effects.
Is there gonna be a third one with water called Aqua?
What? You can even.
What? Oi, oi, mate!
Pip pip cheerio!
Right here!
Oh, it's like a sheep thing. Like
Yeah.
actually go on the fly.
Really?
Serious?
Freely.
Blinding speed!
Alex Hunter blood.
No way!
Quite the spectacle.
Oh god!
What?
Wait. Gramps?
Grumps?
Oh, I've missed.
Why was she so tall on that?
Why? Why is his granddad a dragon?
Oh, look, our friends are here. And there's a boy.
I have many questions about many things.
I'll lend you a hand.
Sacred!
I didn't get my own character, so I'm gonna jump in.
Burning!
Nailed it.
Sure did! Witness our power!
God, he is such a fucking simp.
Can't say that on Twitch, Hans, come on!
Wait, actually?
No.
Fuck off.
Well, now that you're in Smash, I won't go easy on you.
He's also from Xenoblade, isn't he?
Fighting
Yeah, he's. Yeah.
forget. We're fighters too!
Everyone is gonna be so disappointed
Yeah.
with this review.
But I feel like that's a other than Sephiroth, I feel like that's a constant thing.
Everyone was pretty hyped for Minecraft Steve.
Fuck off,
Everyone was
really?
pretty hyped for Steve.
昨年は任天堂ダイレクトミニという形で皆さんに情
There's
報
been
を
someone
お
else
届
in
け
that
できまし
fighter
た
pass. I'm
こうしてこの場からご紹介する形での任天堂ダイレクトは
under my thick ass thighs.
実施で
Like
きておりま
thighs
せ
save
ん
lives. Now,
今回はようやく目処
Uh,
が立ち皆さんに任天堂ダイレクトをお届けできることを心から感謝しておりますこれからもどうぞよろしくお願いいたします
bros.
さて最初にご覧いただいたのは大乱闘
I like they could have done a cut or an edit there.
No.
They didn't need to do the awkward pause after the bow.
ゼノ
Oh,
ブ
no,
レ
it
ード
has just been. This is the fourth
主
character.
人公レックスのパートナーとして
Been
登場
Min
し
Min,
彼女たちの活躍に
Oh,
From-
from
ぜひ
yeah.
ご
Arms,
期待ください
Steve, and Sephiroth.
配信は3月を予定していますのでもう少しだけ
Yeah.
お待ちくださいここからはヘッドラインをご覧ください
Oh. yeah!
Fuck you guys. I don't want to be knocked off to the oblivion anymore. I'm just going to play
He's
a
holding the
Switch.
controller the wrong way around.
Well, how else will you be able to tell what controller it is, Nick? Oh, they match the colors of the buttons, Nick. You're fucked. Yellow team. Why is yellow team winning, Nick? Yellow team never win.
Fuck, Fall Guys is so good.
It is. That should just launch directly into whatever season they're on, won't it?
Stumble
Yeah.
toward greatness when Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout comes to Nintendo Switch Summer 2021.
Maybe we'll start getting like Mario outfits and shit.
That would be pretty dope. I would
You have
cheat to get
24
those.
minutes before the solar
Oh!
system is destroyed.
Wait, what? Nick, what?
Outer Wilds coming to the
All
Switch.
right,
to the
I thought this was going to be a
vast reaches of
countdown
space
the
to
entire thing. And I'd be like, wait, what? Do they know something we don't?
You have 22 minutes. After that, the sun will explode and the solar
Sounds like
system
Lanny
will be
Pator.
annihilated.
Yeah, it's not. I think that's been doing it for it.
It's,
However,
but it does. You can,
Everything
Yeah, a
will
little bit,
reset,
yeah.
allowing you to continue exploring while retaining information you gathered.
why does this seem so low res?
Well, you remember we are stretching it up to
By
4K
repeating
on this
these
TV.
cycles,
I suppose.
gradually unravel the mysteries hidden.
Also, just could be what they've had to do to get this to run on the Switch decently, to be honest. Remember, this
messages
renders
will
that
you
whole
discover?
world at one
How
time.
can we prevent the sun from exploding? Why is the solar system trapped in an endless time loop?
Ha! We know all the answers to this question.
Find out.
If you want to find out the answers,
Explain
click
how
the
the
link in
Wilds
the
launch
top
on
right hand
Nintendo Switch
corner right now.
No, no, we're not on YouTube. We can't,
Oh.
can't do that.
But for the
Put your
recording,
skills to the test in 2 classic murder mystery games.
Love murder mystery.
I love murder.
I love
Detective
Upskirt.
Club,
What the
Missing Heir,
fuck?
and Famicom Detective Club: The Girl Who Stands Behind. 2 deep.
Wait,
cuts
why
of
is he on
Nintendo
top of
history
me?
coming to
Nice.
Europe for the
I
first
don't
time.
like this.
Oh, look at that mustache.
Look at that
Localized in English
forehead.
and Modernized for the Nintendo Switch system.
Oh, look at that. It's Master
Suspense,
Roshi.
It's
drama,
weird to say.
and twists and turns await at every corner.
Villager B.
You'll be on the edge of your seat as you dive into these deep narratives set in Japan. In one game, you'll
Oh, I'm
complex
on the edge
murder
of this
case
cliff.
surrounding a wealthy family in a haunted village while dealing with amnesia. But that's not the only case to crack.
It's Danganronpa.
Is this a well-known Japanese?
Maybe. It is called
You'll
Famicom,
investigate
so
a
obviously that's what
supernatural
the
rumor
Super
after a
Nintendo is
mysterious
called.
death to free students from a sinister nightmare. Interrogate
Persona.
suspects and hunt for clues to
That in
piece
school has
together
to be
these
Persona.
chilling conundrums.
I'm kind of
Can you figure out
interested
who
in
the
this.
culprit is before
Look at
it's too
his
late?
mustache is darker now.
Like, it depends how much it kind of leans to the
Is
murder
it just a
mystery stuff.
visual novel, or like is there
So
actually
that's what
like
I'm
Phoenix
curious.
Wright elements?
Like, if there's Phoenix Wright slash kind of Danganronpa elements, I'm
Uncover
really
the deadly
intrigued.
truth
If
in
it's
Famicom
just a visual
Detective Club,
novel,
The Missing
not so
Heir,
much.
And Famicom Detective Club: The Girl Who Stands Behind. Coming to Nintendo Switch May 14th.
I'm curious
Pre-orders
about that
begin
one.
on Nintendo
Oh,
Shop
you can
shortly.
pre-order it shortly after this presentation.
No, don't pre-order.
A new age of battles begins.
Oh, it's gonna be a Fire Emblem, betcha. Like a feudal Japan Fire Emblem. Or Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty.
Yeah, that is it's fuck.
Right. I'm gonna say it. I don't see that much of a difference between those two characters. Not to be that guy. Samurai Warriors? What?
I don't know. Maybe that's a famous.
Oh
series.
wait, is Dynasty Warriors maybe
Latest
set in
entry
China
in
and
the
Samurais in
Samurai Warriors
Japan?
franchise
No?
is coming
No
to
idea.
Nintendo Switch. Dive into the history of the Sengoku period as the series now shines the spotlight on Nobunaga Oda and Mitsuhide Akechi.
Like, I feel like this
Designs
sort of
and
game is a
visuals have been
testament
revamped for
to
this
how
installment.
powerful the Switch actually
Unleash
is.
high-octane
Like
moves
these
to
games and how much they
electrify
have,
one
like
versus
the amount of
1,000
character stuff they
battles.
have on the screen is really impressive. Like that's on a
Samurai
handheld
Warriors
you can
5,
do that now.
slashing its way onto Nintendo
That's
Switch
really, really,
summer
like-
2021.
I keep doing this, but like it really blows me away just how good the
Vast
Switch
world
is.
of
Oh,
fighting
Bungie's in the
beckons.
chat.
A bunch.
Legend of Mana,
Oh,
featuring
that does look
remastered
familiar.
HD graphics.
Get Alex!
coming to Nintendo Switch.
Somewhere Alex just got a massive erection.
You'll set off on a journey to find the mystical mana tree seen in a dream.
Yep.
Was this not already
Before
released?
discovering the
No,
world
no,
map
not on Switch.
is empty.
Wasn't on part of
During
the
your
3.
travels,
There was
you'll
one of which
acquire
was a
special
compilation,
items
but
Yeah.
called
this wasn't on it.
artifacts. Place them on the map to bring
That was
towns,
building blocks. That was not an
dungeons, and other
artifact.
lands to life. It's up to you on when and where to place artifacts, as well as how to advance the story. Join forces with characters, each on their own personal quests. Square off against fearsome monsters.
That's actually quite a nice art style.
Yeah.
Or take
I
a
wonder
break
if how
from
much
adventure
it has
for
been
the rest
touched
of
up
the
from its original.
The music has been rearranged for this enhanced version.
Oh.
And you can alternate between the new arrangement and the original soundtrack. Other features
Wow.
have been added, including the ability to turn off enemy encounters, as well as the
Which
new
every
version of Ring
JRPG
Ring.
should have now. I'm saying it.
Legend of Mana will launch on Nintendo Switch June 24th.
Hashtag later, man.
Monster Hunter. Has to be.
Yeah. Should have been in Smash hands.
Could be by the end.
Yeah, sure. They did announce 2 at the same time at one point before.
So, like, you have played more of the quote-unquote original Monster Hunter than I have. Like, World is apparently not a stereotypical Monster Hunter. What are the kind of the main differences?
I think World is very close to what Monster Hunter is. Like, not that different.
But what about all the solo
It is
stuff?
it is just like open worldier.
But what about all the open world stuff? Like, is that, or sorry, the solo player stuff? Like, that, like, we've obviously talked about, like, kind of how good / bad that solo player stuff
Yeah.
kind of has been.
No, from what I'm aware, Monster Hunter World is just what they could do with Monster Hunter on when they weren't on a Nintendo system.
Go assemble the villagers.
Because like previously, like the way
50 years ago,
it's like labeled as like, oh, here's area 1, 2, 3, 4. Like in the older like Nintendo, like the
suffered some
like when it was on the DS and stuff like that, or on the PSP, those were like those screens between those areas instead of just being like one seamless area. But like this Monster Hunter Rise now has that, like it is one big seamless area.
They obviously there's going to be some. Well, it's not even that. It's not that there's like a limitation on the power. It's just a slightly more cartoony
Yeah.
than sort of the much more realistic style of World. Like, is there a storyline? Like, because obviously there's a somewhat of a storyline in World. Like, is there that in the original ones?
I haven't played enough of like the older ones to know really.
The rampage.
Because this seems to have some sort of storyline as well.
Like I think each of them has had a storyline.
it's
and,
probably
like,
just enough to kind of connect everything
Yeah.
together.
whether they actually like link into each other, I don't know, or if they've ever really.
Inoa, we should start preparations right away. We're here to offer assistance.
Not expecting them to come out with some big fuck off weapons, but cool.
But no, I and Alex and I played the demo for that, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. They've added like, as well as your Calico, you have Dog.
Do you want that
最
controller
後
with
に
the
ご覧
shit
いただいたの
tattoo?
はカプコンさん
Yakuza controller has a dragon
の
on.
最新映像です迫り来るモンスターたちの襲来にいかにして立ち向かう
Seems
の
to
か
be set in a,
3月26日から始まる
judging from the style of the
新たな
town
修
they
行
were
生
in, like
活
a
に
more
ぜ
oriental
ひ
kind
ご
of
期待くだ
place.
さい
Whereas the one we were on is kind of
続いて
like
はこちらの映像をご覧ください
Oh,
Fairway is
Mario
open
Golf!
once again.
It's about time.
Tee off in the latest
I
installment
love how
of
he's
the
wearing his
Mario
wee like
Golf
khaki
series,
trousers.
coming to Nintendo Switch.
Gosh.
Study the wind and terrain. Take your time to think things through. Then swing.
But hands. No
Enjoy
sports
golfing
story.
with familiar
It's
motion
not,
and
but it's
characters
close.
On courses filled with lush, natural scenery.
Oh, Daisy was wearing them booty shorts.
Use features on the greens, like a shot gauge, to see how your shot will curve due to slopes. And a scan that lets you examine a course's terrain.
Pull out the sniper scope.
These features can help you ace your shots.
Of course,
In addition
Mario has to
button
get the
controls,
birdie.
You can also use motion control.
Oh,
Enjoy
yes,
your
now we
controller
are
like a golf
talking.
Wii
club.
Sports Golf making a
Gently
comeback.
swing the controller to have your character swing in the game.
And I bet you, just like the
letting you
tennis ones,
easily
they're
enjoy the
absolute
sensation
garbage.
Of golfing.
Like,
Oh my god, you actually go. It's like GTA, Nick.
Several modes with new elements,
Why his
including
bikes are
that
run
key to
like
Mario
that?
Golf, including this one, Speed Golf.
This is where everyone just has to
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
Then you'll race through the course to reach your ball.
Oh, it's just whoever pot their ball the fastest.
I
That's incredible.
bet you there's the ability to fuck up with other
Yeah.
players.
Your golfing skills aren't the only things at play. Make use of dashes and special shots
Fucking
to
Naruto
beat
run.
the competition. Oh, did we mention story mode?
Oh,
Meet
sports
character.
story thing.
You'll start out as a rookie and develop your golfing skills while interacting with various Mushroom Kingdom
I
characters.
actually get to bring my
Level up with
me into the
experience
world.
Points earned during matches. Then allocate points to different stats.
You
allowing
sold,
you to develop your
sweetheart.
character
You already have me sold at Mario.
Oh,
Golf.
look at Wario!
versus
Is he
play.
wearing a cowboy hat?
Golfing skills to the test.
Cowboy hat and
Mario Golf
checkered
Super Rush
pants.
Swings onto Nintendo Switch June 25th.
Like,
Pre-orders begin
stick it on the
Nintendo
fence
Switch.
I'm pre-ordering
calendar.
that.
Presentation.
Is my Switch in here? No.
シリーズ最
Bet
新
you weren't expecting that shit.
スーパーラッシュがシンプル操作でじっくりゴルフが楽しめるおなじみのモードに加え対戦用の新しい遊びも追加しています。任天堂スイッチのマリオゴルフにぜひご期待ください。
You're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to
デッ
it.
ドラインをご覧ください。
Oh, I see what he did
Oh,
there.
he baited me.
Is coming to Nintendo Switch. Return to the unforgiving world of Pandora in Tales
Yeah,
from the
Borderlands.
Borderlands. Play as the Hyperion lackey Reese and the quick-witted con artist Fiona as you set out to recover a mountain of cash.
They came back for
Set
Borderlands
between
3 this
Borderlands
character,
2 and
didn't they?
3. This
Reese
game
did
includes
at
all
least.
5
I don't know if the
episodes, filled
female
with
character
classic
did.
Borderlands humor. Gangsters, bandit lords, and vault hunters are just a handful of the obstacles you'll encounter in this choice-driven narrative adventure. Embark on a wild ride when
thought
Tales
Telltale
from the
games were
Borderlands launches
under?
on Nintendo
No, they
Switch
came back recently.
March 24th. 32 of Capcom's most beloved arcade classics are coming to Nintendo Switch.
What is this
Rewind
music?
gameplay, adjust game speed
That's
or
like Daft
difficulty,
Punk.
and select from a variety of display options to relive that sweet arcade goodness. Get 1943 The Battle of Midway for free. Then purchase game packs or the standalone
Wait.
Ghosts and Goblins add-on to build
Is
your
this
collection.
like
Local co-op play.
what
is
was
also
that
available.
one that came out in
Scratch
the
that
Xbox?
nostalgic itch
Summer
with
of Arcade
Capcom
or something?
No,
Arcade
it had
Stadium,
and like
shortly
you
after
could
this
buy like
presentation.
individual like arcade games and things like
I
that.
thought that was this.
Brands.
What?
As a zombie,
okay.
you just can't get enough of them. In this action game from Aspire, you'll build your zombie horde and take revenge on the city by turning humans into your undead allies.
I remember this
Replenish your
game.
bodily arsenal
Of all the
with
games I would have brought to the Switch, this is not one of
during
them.
your grisly mission. This city ain't no match for a dead man. Stubbs the zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse eats its way onto Nintendo Switch March 6th.
This I found very similar to
Pre-orders
the
begin
likes
on Nintendo
of.
eShop shortly
For all
after this
humans.
presentation.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
It's Travis
Yes!
Assassins. Wait, aliens? Aliens have invaded Earth. Hold
Oh
up.
shit, we need to get
Is
out
this
of
the
here.
right game? Anyway, after annihilating an entire city, the aliens have taken over.
Game
Now
looks
host
so
an
good.
intergalactic superhero ranking tournament to decide Earth's fate. As
He has
the
a Switch
draft
controller
He
in
has a
his
Switch
hand.
controller on his
Travis
glove,
touchdowns,
yes.
You'll need to fight your way to the top to save the world. Hey, not so fast.
Well, what
Enter each boss fight,
was that?
You'll have to do some odd jobs around town and earn enough to pay off the entry fee. You'll then face off against a slew of unusual opponents. Most of them aliens with some crazy tricks up their sleeves.
Wait, that's
Their tactics
what?
carefully to gain the upper hand in combat.
This
With a
looks
new and
amazing.
improved Death Glove, you'll have
What?
access to a variety of deadly skills that can be customized and upgraded before each match. The fate of the world is at stake, so get ready to kick
I'm so
some,
confused about what genre of game this is.
It's all of them, man.
Anyway, it'll all make sense when No More
That's
Heroes
the
3
Akira
Yeah, that is
bike.
100% the Akira bike.
Nintendo Switch, August 27th.
Oh, just before your birthday. Guess what you're getting for your birthday, Nick?
Exterminate demons in heaven.
As above, so below. Why do they need assassins in heaven? To do someone's dirty work.
Yeah, what?
I was not expecting to be first person, to be honest.
No. Was not expected the guns to be cards. Is kind of looks like.
I will love this game. It has deck building.
Kind of, I'm getting like a super hot vibe. Like it's like a shooter but a puzzle solver.
Yes, Bungie. Someone did ask Suda what game he wanted to make, and he replied, "Yes."
God's judgment has nothing to do with it. Bang, 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 bang.
Ben Esposito.
What?
What was that in the corner?
Alright.
Uncover heaven's mysteries.
That's
in
not the
Neon
first
White.
6 months.
Gosh.
Nintendo,
It's
why'd
okay,
you
it's
lie
okay,
to me?
it's okay.
2021.
Now I've got my hopes up, but my breath is a while.
Girls are here
What?
to save the day.
Hopes back, dog.
Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl. I'm
She's
always
wearing a
making new gadgets
onesie.
to fight crime, like my batarangs and Bathook.
Have you
Is Supergirl.
have you ever
She's super
not
strong
not have
and
you
has
seen this?
vision.
But did you know this is the thing where they took all the female DC characters, turned them into like teens and stuff, and made them have real world teenage girl problems?
Along with
No.
our friends Green Lantern, Bumblebee, and Zatanna, we
Fucking
fight evil
what the
supervillains
fuck?
to keep our city
Gotta
safe.
appeal to the female demographic.
So
Super life. We also have our
I don't know.
superheroes and trust
Back when I was way into comics, so I read,
Home and
I was big
Metropolis
into
High
the
School.
Batgirl comic.
Sometimes it'd
that was
be
done
nice
by
to get
Gail
out of
Simone.
class and do some shopping
She
downtown
did
with my
an
bestie.
unbelievable job with the Batgirl. She was the writer. Unbelievable job. Like, really, really solid. She got sacked by DC, and there was a big hubbub about it.
Ooh, and I
See,
definitely
the
wanna
person
meet
that took
up
her
with
over,
Justice later.
you know what the first cover of the new Batgirl was? Her taking a picture in a mirror. She took a selfie.
When justice calls,
Like,
you
that
can
is
count
like,
on us to answer,
they just
no
seem to think
matter
that like
what.
female comic book characters
Just
need to
gotta
be
make
these
sure no one
tweeny,
figures out our secret identity.
bratty. Oh, it does my head. Because Gail Simone made Batgirl just
Girls,
like,
Team Power, heroically sourced on
I can't even
Nintendo
describe it.
Switch.
Gail Simone is a fantastic comic book writer, and what she, like, they bastardized Batgirl whenever
Ready
she
to
left.
choose cannons and prepare for battle.
What? What?
Oh, I've got my juice cannon ready.
Plants vs. Zombies.
Is it the shooter version, or is this
Yeah,
like
it's like the battle. It's like the what's that? What, Battle for Neighborville. That's it.
that's the confusion? I mean, a new version is. Oh yeah!
Has that zombie winged at me?
Don't stick your dick in dead now. But that frame rate was horrendous. Why would you put that in the trailer? Yeah, that was cold blooded. That walnut didn't even blink.
That's right. There's no microtransactions. Don't worry. You can unlock everything in the game.
You see some of the frame rates in some of
Yeah.
these? I got the OTA.
No, I'm good.
Who will join you in your adventure? Hint, anyone can.
Is this the Street Pass?
Band together
Like
on a
a-
quest to
like an
face
advanced
evil
version
and
of it?
save faces. Miitopia is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Cast Mii characters in various roles across the kingdom. Turn your favorite people into your allies, or even make someone the nefarious Dark Lord.
Dark Lord. Stan.
Makeup has been added as a new feature in this game. Glam up your Miis. to
Makeup
get ready
hands.
for
New
adventure.
feature.
There's also a new wig feature, letting you go wild with your Mii creations and make them even more fabulous.
Make them anime as fuck, yeah.
We hear you hear.
In the
We
world
hear.
of
See that person on the right? Jesus, nightmare fuel.
Quality
Hear a lot of
time
you
with allies to
weebs
strengthen
own
bonds.
Switches, so we made this anime as
This
fuck.
can give you an advantage during battle.
So it's
If your relationship's sour, though,
It's like
you might
Fire
take a
Emblem
turn for the
Dilute.
worse. Whoa! You can have a horse as an ally? That sounds pretty darn good.
oh
Care for it, and
Nick.
it'll lend a
Sorry,
hand or
the stream off.
in battle. Venture with friends and familiar faces in the lighthearted romp Miitopia, coming to Nintendo Switch May 21st.
Yeah.
Begin on
So you
Nintendo
don't
eShop
act. It
shortly
doesn't
after
have
this
Street Pass
presentation.
I don't think
capability
so.
then.
It must just be.
I'm fucked. It's gonna be me and
Royal
me.
items are coming to your island. Super
Oh, Luigi!
Anniversary-themed items are coming
Oh,
to the
she
Animal
looks so
Crossing
big.
Horizons game. Familiar items like the super mushroom and the question block can be ordered in-game as furniture items.
You just have to
Place
walk
it
under
however
it.
and wherever you
They don't have a
like.
jump button.
You can also
Hold
place
back.
2 warp pipes.
Wah. Are they actually fucking the warp pipe? Oh,
Then
fuck
use
they
them to
are.
travel between locations on your island.
That's actually really handy. I'm surprised they don't have something like that
Try
already in
the
it.
Mushroom Kingdom. A free update for the game launches February 25th.
That's quick though.
After downloading it, Super Mario Bros. Items will be available via Nook Shopping starting March 1st.
So you still have to wait for
Keep
them
an
to
eye on the official
get
Animal
delivered.
Crossing Twitter account for the latest information.
I love that Isabelle
That's
is
really
the official, is
cute.
the official Animal Crossing Twitter account.
That's really
And I'm pretty sure it
cute.
tweets in character.
That's
Life on
really
your
nice
island.
touch.
いかがでしたか
Why do they always seek for our approval whenever they come back to this
They're
guy?
friendly.
今回のコラボ家具
I mean
アップデートま
they.
でもう少しだけお待ちください
Nintendo.
スーパーマリオブラザーズ
The
35
Nintendo people.
先週スーパー
Fuck
マリオ
yeah.
3D ワールド
Nick's already completed
3D ワール
it.
ドを世界同時に発売しました
Got all them shines.
こちらのマリオの冒険もぜひお楽しみください
I am, thank you.
続いてはこちらの映像をご覧ください
I am loving my Mario adventure. Oh,
Fire?
this is far, pretty Fire Emblem.
The art style makes it seem like it's a lot. Or like
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
like
remake.
think of some of the new ones.
What does the spice mean?
Definitely worded like a Fire Emblem trailer.
He leaves us no recourse. Swords.
This looks like the Bravely Default.
Today.
I haven't
I
really
know
seen
the
much.
Octopath Traveler guys.
Looks
Raised earth and burnt
same
corpses.
style, 100%.
Yeah.
3D or 2D on 3D.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what they meant by that stat. It is. It's going to be a new.
Octopath Traveler style game. But I wonder if it's a sequel to that or if it's just that sort of
No,
they're
it's
using that engine.
It's the same engine because the combat's tactics based instead of RPG based.
All in my power to see us through this safely.
That's
Every
like
last
I
one of us.
obviously
It's a gorgeous engine.
I didn't really get into Octopath Traveler, but Project Triangle Strategy. I really hope because obviously they just ended up sticking with the Octopath, like it was called Project Octopath Traveler. I really hope they don't stick with Triangle Strategy.
But Octopath Traveler is interesting.
Yeah, Triangle Strategy is a bad name.
Into a great conflict known as the Salt Iron War. Though the hostilities ceased with an uneasy truce, decades later the flames.
So
of war
Is this
threatened
not
to
the same
engulf
studio
the
that
realm
does
once
Bravely
again.
Default? Or am I imagining that?
No, Bravely Default's done by Enix.
Caught in a
But it's not Square
tangled
Enix.
web of
The
plots
external
and
studio, which is published by Square Enix, I
conspiracies, a
thought.
brave group from
Not too
Glenbrook
sure.
fights to save their kingdom
So-
from the powers that would orchestrate their downfall.
Octopath Traveler, right? I loved it. It was actually. Jesus, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over your death, sir. I love Octopath Traveler. My main issue with it was
It never converged.
it never. No, not even.
The range can be extended
The
by
story
attacking
modes
from higher
or the
ground
story
with
for all the
long-range
characters were
weapons,
so
such as bows and
scattered
arrows.
across the
Yeah.
earth,
Your
and then
forces
on
can
top
use
of
the
that,
terrain and other elements to gain the
it
upper
Commit
fell-
war crime.
Yeah,
An
it
enemy
fell
outflanked
into
is susceptible not only to
a
your
lot of the
initial
old
attack,
JRPG
but also a powerful
tropes,
blow from
like the old
allies
issues with it, because
behind the enemy.
What have we here?
it was the first of its type, you know.
Charge into an enemy to send them flying into position.
So I
to
hope
follow
because
attack.
if it's the same company,
Link
or public
the
or
troops together by
developer,
first casting
'cause
ice
it's
magic
a-
on the flames to create water
because
terrain.
it's a different style. I hope they don't make the exact same
Yeah.
mistakes everyone who would make a tactic game would make.
Bungie has confirmed Octopath was the Bravely Default.
It is of the utmost
Was it?
importance to survey the battlefield before taking action.
Because Bravely Default 2 is, well,
Throughout
out in
the
a couple of
story,
weeks.
you
Well, I
will
suppose
be
it also
faced with
explains why it
making
doesn't have
important decisions in a
an actual
variety
name yet. It's still on
of
project.
situations.
They seem to have been showing like the exact same two
Utility,
battles.
morality, liberty. Collectively, your decisions
Utility?
establish your conviction.
How useful are you?
How practical can
How
you be?
useful are you to this war we
Are
are
you
waging?
practical? Are you good? Or are you bad?
Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Estrost?
Critical decisions that may determine the fates of nations are settled by vote on the scales of conviction. Use
Really?
the
Are they?
information you've gathered to sway allies toward your favored cause.
This looks dope.
The story will significantly change based on how the votes are cast.
Wait, is this a religion or like civilization that determines it by what the scales
It's
say?
democracy, Hans.
Is that what it
The
is?
journey may take you down paths divergent from those of other players.
You will see.
I have two
what
concerns
true
about it though.
might Is.
Political stories can be very boring if not done correctly.
It's like, oh, it's a working title.
Yeah. And two, I would like to see a bit more of the gameplay, like the battle stuff.
In 2022.
Jesus.
It was going to be. Like,
Oh yeah, we forgot we're in 2021. For some reason in my head I thought it was still 2020.
Like it was always going to be.
Of this game will be available to download on Nintendo eShop.
Nintendo have always been really good with demos.
Yeah.
We'll conduct a survey
Oh,
to
sweet.
gather player feedback. We look forward
It's the best way to do it.
hearing your responses on the demo.
Like that, sure. It's pretty much it's a way of doing early access.
Yeah.
スクエアエニックスさんの新たなシミュレーション
Looks dope.
RPG に
You have
Yeah, 'cause,
sold
like,
me
Square Enix
Nintendo.
haven't really done a tactical RPG
引き
since
続
like
きヘッドラインをご覧ください。
Yeah, pretty much.
Calling all hunters. Do you have what it takes?
Star Wars? With Stormtrooper helmet? That's not.
Oh, I bet it's like that mobile game coming to Switch.
I thought it was gonna be like Monster Hunter set in a Star Wars universe.
That would be pretty cool.
Like hunting rancors, Nick. Why would you not
Yeah,
want to do
yes,
that?
Bungie will probably do a video on that demo.
Bagsy.
Star Wars Hunters.
I'm sure we'll both play the demo, to be honest.
I said Bagsy, Nick.
Clash in this third-person shooter.
We'll let the
coming to
scales
Nintendo
decide.
Switch in 2021.
All right, let's do this.
Warcraft.
Do I look at you or the camera?
That's not
Knock out some
Warcraft.
interviews. Take one.
We all play for different reasons.
America.
Love battle. Gorgon used many weapons. Triple-bladed war axe, spear of misery, Hades' soul-devouring crossbow.
A princess is supposed to lead her people, not be stuck up in some tower waiting for a hero.
In my line of work, bullets are constantly whizzing past you.
Fortnite.
It does look like Fortnite, doesn't it?
Just once.
But it's EA, which isn't
Once I'd
Fortnite.
like to catch one of them bullets.
EA's
You know,
Fortnite.
my hands.
With this crown, I'm gonna lead my team to victory and kick some serious ass!
Ass. They censored ass.
Gorgon want new weapon.
In Knockout City, I'm like a kung fu master. I can catch bullets. Woo! Come get some.
What they're saying is characters from other games like to play this game.
Yeah. But it was like.
Let's find out what sound your face.
Why, like, have those characters not like characters from EA properties? Why have 3 completely random characters that don't actually exist?
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's fucking that dude from whose name is escaping me from Fallen Order, and he loves this game.
I suppose it's maybe a case like we want to make sure like our competitors really love to play this game.
Okay, team. They may have won the battle, but not the war.
Hey, can we redesign our characters?
Back sprints is a pretty good game actually.
This is a war zone, not a bloody fashion show.
Pass to me. What? Interview's over? Oh, come on, man. One more game.
Seems like
That's a cool logo.
nice logo, but I'm trying to like it's like netball, was it? I
The fight
assume?
for survival starts now.
Danganronpa.
It's not Dangan.
It's Chibi Danganronpa.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I
Chibi
told you
Danganronpa.
it is!
From the creators of the Danganronpa, come to fight for your life.
I mean, they know what they're good at and they stick to it.
But are they just making another Danganronpa just without the name?
I suppose.
Survive this game of fate at all costs.
Straight up it.
Sorry to scare you all, but the game is canceled.
Pah.
The game is suddenly called off. You escape the theme park and get a glimpse of Japan, but everyone's vanished.
Oh.
Set off on a captivating journey across the
So it's
country
like
and
what happens if
side-scrolling
Danganronpa was
action
cancelled?
suspenseful narrative. As you make your way back home to Tokyo, you'll alternate between working solo and
Yeah, they
teaming
kind of
up
baited
with
me there,
your
I'm not
group to
lying.
overcome challenges and monsters that stand in
What?
your way. What awaits you all at the end of your journey?
That
People
seems
are
like,
going to die.
that seems like a terrible way to have a bike.
May 28th.
That's quite clever. I like. Yeah, they kind of did bait me there. I'll not lie.
Wield the powers of Olympus.
Is that not
The
already
physical
on?
release
Sorry.
of Hades.
Physical release.
Hades, the critically acclaimed dungeon crawler and recipient of
Such a
multiple
great
Game
game.
of the Year awards, is getting a
That's
physical
not new.
release on Nintendo Switch. This version comes with a couple of extras.
I didn't
to
put all.
assist
I
you
did.
on
I
your journey
if
out
I
of
probably
Valhalla.
put way more time
first
into
is
it
the
and
PC
like
download
saw
code for
like
the Hades
so I
original
only really
soundtrack.
completed one run for
It's
the
packed with 2.5
Game
hours
Club.
of blood-pumping music.
So I reckon
composed
I'd
by
probably
Darren
stuck with
Korb,
it a lot longer
known
after
for
that
his
and
work
kind of
on
kept doing
previous
more runs with
Supergiant
the Heat
titles
stuff they
like
added,
Resistor and
the like
Bastion.
post game.
The second
Probably actually
is
would
a
have been.
32-page full-color character compendium featuring portraits
I'm
of
down.
the game's vibrant cast of gods, ghosts, and monsters, all by
Maybe I'll pick this
Supergiant's
up.
art director.
It comes with all this extra shit.
And let's not forget the game itself, offering
Imagine like doesn't actually come with the game. Just all this extra stuff.
Escape the underworld again, or for the first time, with the physical version of Hades on March 19th.
That's like
A month away.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is anymore.
masterpiece.
Every
What
day
day is it?
runs into the same these days.
Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge.
I like that was
Nintendo
like
Switch
fighting a
with the
samurai guy,
action-packed Ninja
fighting a
Gaiden
demon,
Master Collection.
fighting a spider tank.
Yep.
One of these things is not like the other.
You are
Welcome
the
to
legendary
Ninja
ninja Ryu
Gaiden.
Hayabusa, fighting against a great evil with battle skills that are second to none. Wield an arsenal of
My God, he's
weapons,
fighting Wolverine.
offering a playstyle with different set of lethal skills, along with ruthless ninjutsu to swiftly
This is
take down
interesting because like it kind of shows how the
Quickly gauge
Nintendo
your
is
opponent's
geared
movements while unleashing
as much
fast
to
and
casual
frenzied
fans
combos,
as it is hardcore fans. Because like
and team up with other super ninjas in your
she's from
fight.
DOA. She's from DOA.
No, I'm pretty sure they were in this first.
No,
and then
DOA, Nick.
including costumes and
I
game
am
modes
near
are
positive Ninja Gaiden came out before DOA.
Probably.
revel in the intensity of
But yeah,
Ninja
like the
Gaiden
fact like
in
it's
one
interesting
dynamic
this is coming to
collection.
Switch. I think
Ninja Gaiden Master Collection slices its way onto Nintendo Switch summer 2021.
license is not an adjective I would have done for a game release.
More battles are coming to Hyrule Warriors: Age of
You
Calamity.
like Zelda?
I do, yeah.
Do you actually ever play this?
Yeah.
Scanning. Must destroy it.
Ooh.
Going to give us an insight. Okay, I was about to say new weapons and costume, more rosters, weapons. I'd be interested to be able to read all of that. 'Cause
No.
none of it actually
No.
seemed to say that there was actually extras
There's
like
even
stuff
more
added
coming to
rather than
Nintendo
cosmetics.
Bravely Default 2 is almost here. 4 Heroes of Light will soon embark on a journey to restore the crystals.
So I played the demo of
Use
this.
the job
Mhm.
system to develop your characters and master the
Gameplay
three
is firstly
to
gorgeous.
emerge
Like the game looks
victorious in
amazing. They do this cool thing when you go into a town,
Veterans and
be like a
newcomers to the
panoramic view
series
of the
can
town
enjoy
because the
this
towns are all
brand
done in
new
like an
story
art,
on
like a
February
2D art
26th.
style.
A
The
new trailer for
story
Bravely Default
seems
2
to
will
be a
revealed
very
following this
basic,
presentation.
boring,
The game can be
like
pre-ordered
4
on
orbs
Nintendo
sort of
eShop.
thing,
An
which is
updated demo
disappointing though.
also available. The latest installment in
The only cool
legendary
thing is that
Ghosts and
your
Goblins series comes to life.
your
As
the main
brave
character
knight
is like a
Arthur
peasant
will
and you travel
unleash
with a
weapons,
princess,
spells,
and everyone takes the
skills to
piss out of
battle
you for being
monsters
poor.
across challenging stages.
Seems to be the only real unique bit
Local
to it.
co-op play is also available for the first time. Help Arthur in his quest with one of 3 supporting characters. Barry for defense.
We know this game
Terry
is
for
difficult.
transportation,
Have a friend.
or Archie for bridges. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection launches February 25th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. 8 protagonists. 8
Saga!
captivating journeys. Saga Frontier has been remastered for Nintendo Switch. Travel through a stunning sci-fi world with any of the protagonists.
Oh, art style is
each with their
pretty
own
nice
stories.
actually. I like that.
With the addition
Almost
of the
looks
playable
like-
protagonist
That not so
views,
much. That's
new
creepy.
gameplay
Don't
features, exhilarating battle.
You see the way he's like,
and the
come
new
hither.
protagonist Acellus. Saga
That was just
Frontier
David
remasters
Bowie.
an adventure not to be missed. The game launches April 15th. Apex Legends is storming onto the Nintendo Switch system. This free-to-play battle royale
Alex's
features
first
a
game.
growing roster of powerful
His A to
contenders
Z.
named Legends.
Now you can play it on the Switch as well as his new PC.
All players on Nintendo Switch can get an all-new legendary Pathfinder skin, and 30 free levels for the Season 8 Mayhem Battle Pass. Plus, for the first 2 weeks after launch, earn double XP when you play on Nintendo Switch.
Wonder if we'll have
Fight for
cross
fortune,
progression
fame,
for
and
like their
glory.
battle pass and
Apex
stuff between
Legends
PC and.
enters the fray March 9th.
いかがでしたか？
How's it going? Having fun?
Jackin, are you still here? It's good to see you. Would you like a drink?
How about that Apex Legends? Yeah!
続いてはこちらの映像をご覧ください。
Why did they do this? He literally says, "Hi, thanks for staying. Here's my new game." I don't want to play as that.
シリーズプロデューサーの青沼です。私の顔を見て、お、やっとゼルダの伝説ブレッドの続編の新情報があるの。
I mean, they
Yeah,
know.
that was like, no.
They know. They
申し
know.
訳ありません。開発は順調に進んでいますので、今
Oh,
年
this year
中に情報をお届けできると思いますが、
We did
もうしばらく
like
お待ちいただけたらと思い
predict an
ます。
update, so take that one off.
皆さんに
He
お
seems
待ちいただき
apologetic
ま
about
した
it.
こんなゼルダが任天堂スイッチに登場します。
Let me binge it, and this is actually.
It has to, it's gonna be. I have to imagine. Or potentially maybe even
Yeah,
like a
Dirty
new.
Bird.
Yeah, I was gonna say potentially even like a new 2D one. Because obviously like the last 2D one was the like Ikanin remake, so could potentially be due a new 2D one now. I'm interested to see how they handle like the sword stuff in this. Obviously, like the Motion Plus stuff was such a big.
You had to have it
Yeah,
for
like
this.
like
yeah.
it was one of the few games that required Motion Plus because the sword stuff was such an integral part to doing the combat.
I think they'll make it optional. Like,
But I don't think like you would need to change so much about the game to make it optional. Like every boss fight and every combat encounter is based in and around you having this really precise control of your sword.
ご覧いただいたのはゼルダの伝説スカイウ
yeah,
ォ
I
ード
guessed
ソー
that
ド
from when the
HD
title came up saying
2011
that.
年に Wii で発売したスカイウォードソードが任天堂スイッチに登場します。
Do you
I
feel
think
old yet?
Skyward Sword is
Wii 版
criminally
では
underrated.
Wii リモコンを剣に
Bombo.
ヌンチャクを縦に見立てて操作していましたが、本作では処理能力が向上し、よりスムーズに直感的な操作で楽しめるようになりまし
Maybe, but they have motion controls in the Switch.
た。剣や盾
So then, what if you're playing a handheld?
ジョイコン2
Maybe
本
you
持
don't
ち
get
に
a
よって
choice.
再現
Yeah,
して
like
い
I
ます
said, maybe they're.
右手のジョイコンで剣を操作します。動きに連動してリンクも剣を振ります。
Yeah, like this is what I obviously expected them to be able to do something similar, but then like, are you telling people they need to play this with two Joy-Cons?
攻撃を
Like,
防ぐ
you
ことができます。
cannot use your Pro Controller. You
他にも
cannot play this
両
in
手で指
handheld
を離
mode.
すなど体感操作ならではの緊張感ある戦闘が楽しめます。
It'd be interesting if like they just introduced like
そして今作では携帯モードや任天堂スイッチライトでもプレイしていただけるようボタン操
I
作に
suppose yeah, they
対
have
応
the
しまし
Switch
た。
Lite, which you can't disconnect.
本作の特徴であ
Joy-Cons
る
from.
直感的な操作をいかにボタンに落とし込むか
each,
検討を重ね
each
た
type of
結果
attack has a different
右
button.
スティックを弾く操作と剣を連動させました。
Will that not be really
剣を振り下
difficult
ろ
if you're
したい時
facing
は
like multiple
スティックを
enemies?
下へ弾きます。このように右、左、斜めと弾く方向で剣を振り分けることができます。
I mean, it seems like a good fix for a like for a problem, but is it really?
Oh, those look real nice.
右ジョイコンはマスターソード、左ジョイコンは
And you also get a sword and shield if you buy now.
スカイウォードソードはこのマスターソード
And I might buy those.
I'm not even surprised in the
最も古い
slightest.
時代を描いたタイトルです。Wii で遊んだ方も初めてプレイする方もゼルダの伝説の世
Oh,
界
like I really
を描い
like
た
her.
本作を
Like I like part of it is because I really fucking like the combat and the way bosses and stuff.
ゼルダの伝説
Like that,
スカイウォ
that's
ード
her,
ソード
like, to be
HD は
honest.
4月16日
But yeah, like I will happily pick this up. I just
この
don't
ダ
know
イレ
how
ク
it
ト
would.
終了後より
control with the
Really on buttons.
Yeah. Like if it means I have to play it with the Joy-Cons attached, like I think that's I will do that.
That will put some people off though if they
Yeah, like especially like people who own Switch Lights. Like, if that's not an intuitive control scheme and you don't have the option to switch, like take the Joy-Cons off, then questionable. This is not like Breath of the Wild. It is a very structured Zelda game. Do not complain when it is not like Breath of the Wild.
Do you want to catch butterflies? You can do that in this game.
ブレスオブザワイルドを遊ばれた方にもプレイしていただけたらと思います。ゼルダの伝説スカイウォードソード HD をどうぞ。
Surprised like they're not making because they haven't mentioned it yet about the fact it's the anniversary of Zelda.
いかがでしたか？
Stop asking me what I think and if I'm okay. You're not my therapist.
It's a really shitty shield that breaks after like 2 hits.
It's just planks of wood bolted together now. Tap me again, see what fucking happens.
Oh, Splatoon!
Already have Splatoon 2, don't they?
Yeah, Splatoon 2 was a launch game for this one. It's going to be Splatoon
3 or
3?
DLC.
Yeah. I'd assume 3. I think it's too long. Oh, gee. Loving life right now.
Is he?
He loves Splatoon.
Well, you don't get a gun anymore, you get a crossbow.
Oh!
He has seen some shit.
Like the only thing we cheat.
Post-apocalyptic
I was gonna
Splatoon.
say,
That is the Eiffel Tower!
This is like very dark and gritty Splatoon.
What if it's not Splatoon? Like, what if it's like a spin-off? It's not like, it's like an adventure game.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it's not actually like the...
Like the multiplayer shooter, yeah.
Is Bunchy okay? Has he died from his
He's already
blood?
saying this will be game of the year.
I was like, he would have died from blood loss from it all rising to his crotch. This is a weird fucking trailer. This is clearly the loading screen for the game.
It's like,
That is not safe. You should not be flying that close to buildings.
Yeah, this is the Splatoon I know.
Why'd you start off in the desert? Yeah, it's 3. Yes! How could you not say it's a 3?
Because that was like embedded in the squid. Maybe they were going to pull it out and reveal something.
I'm waiting for like Bungie to explode now.
No, but he has linked to a pornographic Splatoon Reddit called Slatoon.
Did you ever play 1 or 2?
Yeah, I played 2.
What? So how is it?
It is, I like, in terms of like a very unique take on a multiplayer shooter, it is fantastic. But it is also very like, I can also see why people wouldn't like it in terms of being like a multiplayer shooter.
Because it's,
Bungie is
because
calling
it's
it
different.
Bungie is calling it the greatest shooter after Titanfall 2.
Titanfall was a unique idea. Not good, necessarily good, but it was
ご覧い
unique.
ただいたのはスプラトゥーン
Why is
シリーズの
why is it up there now?
スプラトゥーン
Oh,
3
because the okay, the subtitles changed from the bottom to the top.
2022年と少し先になりますが、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちいただければと思います。任天堂スイッチでは他にもいろいろなタイトルを開発中ですので、今後の続報をお待ちください。今回の
Before we
任
go,
天堂ダイレクト
No,
は
you
以
said that
上
would,
になりま
that
す。
would be the last time.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。
We promise it won't be 530 days until the next one. Sorry about that.
Well, Nick. How do you feel about the Nintendo Direct?
I think that was good. A lot of cool things in there. Nice to get a deeper look at stuff like No More Heroes 3. Cool announcements. I think Saboteur was kind of expected. Splatoon 3, don't think anyone kind of thought that would be happening anytime soon or kind of expected it. That new game from the Octopath Traveler people looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
Excited to try that demo if it's coming out today or tomorrow. But yeah, I think that was I wasn't expecting I do think they tried to temper expectations by saying they're mainly focusing on like early 2021. I think I'm happy they addressed the Breath of the Wild 2 stuff. It's still there. Give us time. Things fucked right now.
Yeah.
But overall, no, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm happy enough with what I saw. I'm excited to play a fair number of those games. But Hans, what did you think?
You kind of just thinking about it there now. The things that piqued my interest were the things I would never expected to pique my interest. So the Famicom murder mystery stuff, I'm just more interested to see kind of what that is. The Octopath Travelers, the Octopath Traveler guys, and their triangle game.
Triangle. What the fuck was it called? Triangle Strategy.
Something like that seems really, really cool. So yeah, like the things I wasn't expecting were definitely the ones that took me by surprise. Definitely piqued my interest. So overall, really enjoyed it. It's like I would not say it was not earth shattering or groundbreaking for the first one in like since 2019, but it's a very solid one. Best way to put it is very, very solid.
The only thing I think was notable absence was maybe expecting maybe another trailer or something for on Snap.
So I think maybe because it's so close to the release date, but also on top of that, how much can you show of it before you actually show all the big like it's
the
on
other,
the rails.
the other side of it is if there is potentially more Pokemon announcements to come, maybe Pokemon Direct in between now and Snap launching.
I mean, I think although we are like kind of very hyped for Snap, maybe to Nintendo, it's not considered a massive release. You know, I'm gonna.
No, like it. I think you slap Pokemon on something, it automatically becomes a very big release. To be honest,
like we all like, there's a big nostalgia around Snap, but I like it is at the end of the day a very limited game, you know, and like for what it looks like the new one is, which is, yeah, it is. It's more Snap, you know. It's not like it's open world now and all this. Like it's still on the rails. It's just the same Pokemon with better graphics.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, new Pokemon with better. I imagine like Nintendo are probably not thinking it's going to make a massive money. I think they might be surprised. I think like they're maybe underestimating the nostalgia behind that game.
Yeah.
But be offline.
No,
that's
the stream
that.
has gone offline. Their stream has gone offline.
But no.
Yeah, that was the Nintendo Direct for the 17th of February 2021. Coming out a lot. I can think maybe we'll probably have video on that Octopath sequel. Well,
maybe do a bro job.
Yeah,
which we've talked about bro job if it's a thing yet, but we haven't done any yet.
Bro job on that. Coming today. Yeah, probably the other thing I think is Bravely Default. We'll have video on Bravely Default when it comes out shortly afterwards.
I suppose that Famicom or mystery was it real?
No, I don't.
Well, yeah, a couple of things in there that could possibly be popping up in the channel.
I'd say definitely that Triangle Strategy demo. Oh no, my YouTube recommendations are on the screen now. Everyone will know the shit I watch.
I think the most intimidating one there is the fact that there's a Persona nick, which makes me raise the question.
It's an art channel. They drew their personas because they were requested.
Aha.
But yeah, so join us whenever our next video comes out. Thanks for tuning in for the live stream. This VOD will be up. Hans will put that up at some point.
Thank you, Bunchy. Love you.
I need to keep the people busy, Hans.
So if I was a
Persona, I'm cutting off this conversation right now. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Toodaloo.
Bye bye.